All right. So there's a lot of questions around which script should I use, Brandon? Should I use script 1.0? Should I use script 2.0? And so I wanted to make a quick video sharing the pros and cons of each strategy. And then you can make the best decision as to which script or which strategy you should use in your business based on these pros and cons. Now, starting off with script 1.0, if we're talking about for sale by owners or expired listings, you will see in the script book that we have two versions of the script, script 1.0, script 2.0. Script 1.0 is designed to get you guys in front of more prospects. You'll find that the script is a lot shorter. It's a lot easier to deliver, and it will result in you getting a higher quantity of appointments, because here's what we know. Sellers, it's been proven that sellers, the majority of sellers will list with the first agent they meet with. So as you meet with more and more people, and maybe the argument is, hey, the quality may not always be there with the preview appointment, which we'll talk about in a second. Although that may be true, because you're having so many at-bats, that your overall conversion ratio might be higher. You might get a better result using script 1.0 because you are, for a couple of different reasons. Number one, and probably the most important part, is how easy it is for you to get a win through prospecting. And we're going to talk about 2.0 in just a second. When you use script 1.0, when calling expired listings or for sale by owners, it's easy for you to get wins. It's easy for you to set appointments, thus helping you get more confidence and building a stronger mindset. Number two, because you're on more appointments, because you're meeting with more sellers face to face, ultimately the result of that is you finding more and more opportunities than you would spending more time on the phone and less time face to face. So because of those reasons, you can stay on script 1.0 is the point for your entire career. Matter of fact, there's many agents in our coaching program that have never transitioned to script 2.0. They are absolutely out there crushing it with for sale by owners, expired listings, absentee owners, using script 1.0 because it allows them to get the face-to-face opportunity which is where all the magic happens. All right, now let's so let me give you some cons of script 1.0. So the downside of using this approach is, yeah, you're going to be going on a lot more appointments. It requires a lot more effort for sure. But when your skills aren't where they will be in the future, the alternative is detrimental. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what I mean in just a second. So the downside is the quality of these appointments isn't always there because your skill set isn't there yet. So it's serving, the 1.0 strategy is serving an agent while they're building their skill set, still allows them to get in front of sellers face to face, still allows them to get listings while they're building their skill set. Now, so that's the downside. You're going to go on a lot more appointments. They may not be as quality as you want them to be. Some may be a waste of time. Okay. That's the downside. Now let's talk about script 2.0 approach. The script 2.0 is designed to get you at a listing opportunity on the first call with an expired listing or a first call with a for sale by owner. Now, obviously, there's a lot of pros to this approach. The quantity or the quality of these appointments is super, super high. So when you go on one of these appointments and they're very purpose driven, you're going to a listing appointment. I mean, the only reason you're going to the appointment is to interview to list the seller's home. However, on the flip side of that, your quantity will also probably drop in the beginning. And this is what I want to talk about. So if you're going to use script 2.0, it's going to first require your skills to be a lot higher than when you first start off for it to work for you. Because what's been happening lately, what I've been realizing is it's easy to sit here and say, Brandon, well, why in the world would I just not use the 2.0 approach? Why even mess with the 1.0 approach? If the 2.0 approach puts me on an actual listing appointment, I want listings, why wouldn't I just do that? I'll tell you why. If your skills are not where they need to be yet, keyword being yet, and you try to use script 2.0, the quantity of your appointments is going to plummet. We have agents in our coaching program, and a lot of them have mentioned this in the last couple of coaching calls where they were setting a bunch of appointments, taking listings, they transferred to script 2.0, and their business fell off a cliff almost overnight. So this is the thing you have to pay attention to. So you this is where when you're making business decisions, you have to say, okay, maybe there's a hybrid. Maybe I'm setting preview appointments around a 2.0 approach, because if you try to go in theory, again, in theory, not practical application, but in theory, you would always want to do script 2.0. You'd always want to pick up the phone, have one conversation with a for sale by owner or expired listing and set a listing appointment on the very first call. In theory, it sounds great. In practical application, however, it's not how it works. And if you've tried this, you know exactly what I mean. So you have to make sure there's a balance here. So my recommendation is that you don't just pull off the Band-Aid and go right to 2.0 because in theory it sounds great. Because if you do, you won't set that many appointments. It will affect your mindset. You'll start having a negative mindset. Your confidence will go down. So there has to be a progression into transferring these approaches. And so don't get discouraged when you're using script 2.0. Yeah, you're going through a lot of appointments. Yes, some of them don't turn into listings. Heck, most of them won't turn into listings. That's okay. That's part of the process. Part of the process with script 1.0 is to get face-to-face so we can determine if there's an opportunity here, because your skills, listen closely, it's probably the most important part of this entire video. Your skills aren't where they need to be to identify real seller opportunities over the phone yet. Did you catch that? With script 1.0, it's designed to get you face-to-face to uncover seller opportunity at the appointment. Script 2.0 is designed for you to uncover seller opportunities over the phone. So that's the progression. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. If you guys want any more clarification on, hey, which script do I use? Let's just use the comment section on this video. We'll go back and forth, and hopefully I can provide as much clarity on these scripts as possible. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys, but let me know if it does or if it doesn't, or if you guys have additional questions.